Want to go to the cinema or something this weekend?
Oh no, I'm sorry. You're a bit too pudgy. His gaze lowers to his body as if making a point. Well, it's true he's not hot, but God, I was just joking, but holy shit. Even the game is like, he's not hot? God, he's just a little pudgy.
Treating that dandruff and spending some money on clothes would help, you know.
Oh my god, they're just blasting him. Holy shit. That's cruel. Hi guys, I just want to take a second to thank all my patrons here who have donated to me. No matter how much they've donated to me, it really means a lot to me. And if you guys want, you can check out my Patreon and help support me continue to make yaoi videos. Thanks guys. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Chasing the Stars. The next days are a turning point in my life. I don't even know what's going on. Mark introduces me to the rest of the team. Oh yeah, didn't we solve this guy's fucking 4D chess he was playing? His 4D chess riddle? Like, I don't even know. Guys, we have a new colleague joining our team. Terse Abril comes from my own department, environmental engineering, and at the moment he will work with me on the final calculations of the dome. So I work elbow to elbow with Mark. The calculations must be done step by step, and every time we finish a step, it's thoroughly tested in the lab before moving on to the next one. Mark was right, it's a time-consuming task, and we must have our goal in mind at all times, or we get discouraged by how slow everything progresses. But we can't rush it when we have the lives of millions of people in our hands. I start to spend all the time I have outside of my lessons in the team's lab. Although we don't have a set timetable, I am free to come and go whenever I want. And we're even exempted from going to class, we prefer to spend our time working in the lab. Very convenient. So in fact, we all practically live here. I become very familiar with all those faces that were acquaintances at most the first day I joined them. Some of them are in my department and I've seen them around, even sharing a class or two, although they are all my seniors. Ooh, who's this? There's Quinn, who's talkative and funny, but he's not hot enough to get his own route, so it doesn't really matter. He's not important. When he laughs, and he laughs a lot, the sound echoes all over up to the ceiling because of how loud it is. Zoe, on the contrast, is a shy and quiet girl. She giggles when Quinn has one of his bursts of laughter, but apart from that, she passes almost unnoticed. Whatever she was wearing on her neck was really a fashion statement. Alex and John come from the meteorology department, and they're both PhD students. There are a bunch more, John and Kai and Ren, and last but not least, BL, who I already met. Even though I feel warmly welcomed by most of my new colleagues, BL keeps avoiding speaking with me. Oh no, why? He's the one I want.
Beale? Oh, don't mind him. He's always like that.
I did say I want BL, but some people said they want Pole, so like I'm undecided right now.
He usually prefers working on his own and doesn't interact much with us.
By his side, Zoe nods at his words. I suppose it's fine. Not everyone likes to be social anyway. And since we're working on different aspects of terraforming process, I guess it's alright. He even has his own almost private lab.
So, how's everything going with your new team, Tears?
I smile at the question.
Fine. Everybody's great, really. And they seem to hold me in high regard since I work directly under Mark's supervision.
But...
I frown, confused. Wow, so the jig is up. She knows BL isn't talking to me. She knows that the one man I want now, just is completely ignoring me. How is she so perceptive?
There's no but.
She rests her chin on her hand and grins in a slightly mischievous way. Oh, great. Pole, who always seems to be able to communicate with her without words, hides a giggle looking away.
Come on, Tears. We know you better than that. Spill the beans.
I roll my eyes and scratch the back of my head uneasy.
You're a fucking witch, Leela. But it's true there's something that's bugging me. Just a bit.
Something? Or better said, someone?
Okay, it's someone.
Damned, Lila, I swear sometimes I wonder if she really is a witch.
There's that guy Poe and I met when we sneaked in Mark's office that night.
The PhD guy?
Yes, his name is Bio Ferre. And I don't know. Everybody says he's just very serious and self-centered, but...
Do you think you started on the wrong foot with him and now he dislikes you?
Yes, exactly that. And I don't know if I should leave it at that or do something.
Have you tried talking to him? You know, just chit-chatting?
I nod more than once, in fact, and every single time I've ended up really pissed off at the guy and his way of ignoring me.
Why don't you try being really nice to him now and then? For example, bringing him a coffee.
That's actually a good idea. What? That was a shit idea. What? Lila, that was literally... Hey, just... It's fine, Lila. You're an idiot and it's fine. And simple, how could it go wrong? Yeah, how? If he just ignores me again, says he doesn't want the coffee, I'll drink it myself and forget about the damned guy. Literally, I'm sure he's gonna ignore us. I do my last attempt the next day. After class, I grab a cappuccino at the cafeteria and head to the labs. I search BL's lab in an area located between the main engineering labs and the biology ones. And now that I think of it, I still don't know much about BL's part in the project, and I'm curious about it. Oh, what's going on here? Wow, he looks a lot less, pissed off. Usually he looks really fucking pissed off. He doesn't even look like the same person anymore. BL is focused on his task and doesn't notice my entering in the lab. The room has a curious octagonal shape with a huge window from which the light of the afternoon peers through, making the golden dust specks dance in the air. A bunch of small, iridescent butterflies surround BL as he works humming, flying near his head and sometimes resting on his lab coat. What is this? Is he some kind of fucking elf? Why are butterflies just flying all over him? Perhaps it's because of the light, but this scene looks somewhat magical to me, as if BL was some kind of forest wizard. Apparently he is. With power over bugs. I stare at it in awe for some minutes. Until, of course, BL feels my presence and turns to look at me, surprised. I try to remember what I'm doing there, and last night I grin and raise my hand, with his coffee, offering it.
I thought you would like a cappuccino.
Now it's his turn to stare at me with a blank face.
Coffee. Do you like coffee?
He nods, very slowly. I almost feel bad. It's obvious that he was 100% concentrated, and I've come here to break his focus. Anyway, he takes the cardboard cup I'm offering and sips from it carefully.
Thank you.
He speaks with a soft and low voice, and I'm certain he wants nothing else but to go back to whatever he was doing and forget about my presence. So before he turns again to his desk, I try to break the awkward silence and point to the huge terranium behind him.
This is what you're working on? It's kind of impressive.
What is it? Is he just growing shit in there? He arches an eyebrow as if doubting my words.
It is?
Aww. He's so uncertain about his own work. BL turns to look at it, at the pile of fur and small plants, insects, lizards, and his gaze turns warmer.
I've been working on it for almost a year now, so I can't be objective.
What does this terrarium got to do with Alea anyway? Sorry, but I don't know what exactly is your part in the project.
He keeps looking at his bugs and plants instead of looking at me, but I guess it's alright. He seems completely in his element here, surrounded by his butterflies and moths.
This tank part represents the future biosphere of Alea, of the part of it that's going to be inhabited by humankind. I'm trying to create an ecosystem that works well with the air density inside the dome.
It's going to be slightly different from Earth's, right?
Yes, only slightly, true, but that makes it difficult for some species to adapt, so I'm trying to find the most varied ecosystem possible to export to Alea.
I study the variety of plants and small animals inside the terrarium. I'm not an expert, but I can count at least 20 kinds of plants and ferns. And the amount of insects and reptiles is nothing to laugh about either.
Do we have trees?
He nods.
Yes, of course. We have already found around 10 species of trees that are resistant enough to adapt to Alea's conditions. That's another person's work, but of course I help supervise it.
I'm really looking forward to see the outcome. All of it fitting together.
A light smile tugs at the corners of his mouth, and it's the closest I've ever seen to him actually smiling.
Me too. These little guys here are dying to fly and reproduce in the real Alea.
I smile fondly at him. Then he turns to look at me in the eye and seems suddenly disconcerted.
Thanks for the coffee, but now I really have lots of work to do.
It's a bit disappointing, but I nod anyway.
Of course. Me too.
Aww, do we have to leave? We were just getting so close to each other. God. His gaze is cold and distant at once when he looks at me. No! Stop looking at me so coldly, come on. I was about to suck you off. So of course my only option is leaving. Come on, he must be stressed. Help him out. Ah, fuck. That afternoon while I work, I can't help but bite my lower lip and wonder what I'm doing wrong. Why is it that he dislikes me? Perhaps it's just that I'm not interesting as his bugs. If that's the case, there's nothing I can do, and I shouldn't feel bothered about it anymore. Although it's a pity, BL is a very intelligent, and I must admit, also attractive. See, even Tierce knows that he's best boy. It would be nice if we got along better. I go into Mark's office to show him today's report of my work. What, do we check in with him every day? He's peeping out of his window and doesn't turn to look at me. Suddenly, a low-pitched hoot echoes throughout the room, the familiar sound of an airship. Airship's hoot? Wait, what's going on? Our department is located on the ground floor of the university buildings, so the office is a very nice view with a small rear garden and a little more. But Mark cranes his neck up with excitement to watch the airship that must be crossing the neighborhood's air between the top of the buildings.
Look at that, Tears. What a thing of beauty.
Was this university built next to an airport? What? I don't understand. That sounds very annoying if that happens often. Okay. Seems like not good city planning, but sure. I approach the window and watch the passing airship with him. It's huge, and for a moment it covers the sun, and our area suddenly looks as if there was a solar eclipse. Oh my god, this really is. We really did build the university right next to an airport, Jesus. I can't help but notice how Mark's eyes shine with enthusiasm. I smile at him.
This is certainly a great time to be alive. So many things changing so fast. I suppose you don't remember much about the war, right? You know, I was only 2 years too young to be forced to enlist.
That news comes as a shock. To be honest, I count mentally. He's 34 then. Well, more or less what I thought, but he's so young to be a professor. He leaves the window and sits down in his armchair behind the desk, leaning back.
It was as cruel and stupid as every other war, of course. But the interesting part came when both sides started a race for a new energy source. Petroleum and gas access was suddenly cut by the third party in the war, so they had to find something else to feed their cars and planes. Or yield. You know, sometimes I wonder if they would have ever focused on that if they hadn't been forced to by the war. I'd guess probably not. Anyway, the situation required it, so the government focused on research and devoted a huge part of their budgets and resources on finding something that worked. So when the war finished, we had this wonderful clean energy source. No more dirty gasoline or dangerous oil-based gas. And now, in only 15 years, look how far we have taken that new energy and new technology that it allows. From completely new public transportation to be able to populate space. And this is only the beginning.
Wow, thanks for the lore dump that Terse would most certainly know since, you know, he's been living in this world for the past 15 years and more. So I'm sure he would already be quite aware of all this, but okay, thanks. His enthusiasm is contagious. I find myself grinning and nodding to his words.
Can you imagine what kind of new devices we'll be able to develop in the next few years,
I'm not an inventor, but I guess there will be a lot.
Exactly. Alea is just the first step for humanity. Our children and grandchildren will populate the whole universe out there.
Terse's reply just seems so stupid. I look by the window, and instead of seeing the garden, my mind's eye is watching the endless mantle of the stars. That's my place. I'm on the right path now. I guess you could say I'm chasing the stars. My chest swells with pride. Mark keeps talking at my back, more casually now.
I might sound too grandiloquent, I beg your pardon, but I really hope you share my passion about this.
Yes, sure I do.
And it's true, 100% true. I'm happy Mark is sharing his thoughts with me. I know my value as a research team member, but I'm still a newbie here. So his appreciation really touches me, but doesn't touch me that much. It doesn't touch me anywhere where the sun doesn't shine, okay? He's just my professor. I don't need any sort of other attention from him. I go closer to his desk and send my report to his computer using my bracelet. I can feel Mark's gaze studying me closely while I do it, but I keep my eyes focused on the screen. I feel him mentally undressing me, and I start to feel really uncomfortable. I don't want to come across as rude by smirking at him or telling him off.
Say, Tears.
I finish and sit down on the armchair at the other side of his desk.
I haven't seen you lately with that guy who used to hang out with you in the campus.
Who, Pole? I blink in surprise.
Do you mean my friend Pole? Blonde, shorter than me?
Oh, Pole's shorter than us? Oh.
No, the other one. With long hair. The one you used to snog in the corners.
Wow, what a douchebag. I blush, completely embarrassed.
That was Nil, my ex-boyfriend. We are not together anymore.
Was he the person you turned down my offer for last year?
Sharp as always.
You are right.
So that's why you came back to me, eh? Well, I guess I should be grateful you two broke up then. I've won a very valuable team member.
I stumble on my own words.
I'm glad you consider me valuable.
But, of course, it's also a pity. That boy was really cute. And seemed a nice person. He doesn't belong to any science department, right?
Wow, first you were coming on to me and undressing me with your eyes. Now you want to undress my ex-boyfriend with your eyes? You're fucking sick, Mark.
No, he did start chemistry, but he dropped out during the first year. He plays the guitar and sings in the group. He's quite good.
I see. An uncomfortable silence follows. I start to think about how I could see myself off as politely and quickly as possible when his voice interrupts my thoughts.
I see. If you are not seeing someone, I bet you have some stress accumulated.
Mark, no! We're not getting with you, you're gross. What?
You can let out some steam with me, if you want.
Oh my god, why couldn't BL have said this to us? I watch him dumbfounded, his expression is as cool as ever. Is he pulling a prank on me?
Take it as just an amicable offer, of course. I don't want you to feel stress, or still worse, depressed because of lack of sexual contact.
I don't know what to say.
I know what to say. I know exactly what to say. I'm fucking calling the campus police on you. You're fucking sexually harassing me. Calm down, Terse. He's really hitting on me. Is this allowed? He's our professor. This is not allowed. Wow, I can't help but feeling honored. Dr. Mark fucking Russell is hitting on me. He seems completely detached, though. He's casually asking me as one would suggest having Chinese takeout for dinner. I guess that's my value to him. I'm as good as Chinese takeout. Truth is, my only sexual relief for the past month and a half has been my own, and usually between thoughts of self-hate and longing for Nil's presence. A rather depressing scene. So I really ponder on the offer for a moment. On one hand, Mark is really attractive with a great body as a plus to his charm and his status, but you know, he's like my professor and he's 34 and he's kind of a douchebag, so... I mean, come on, it's Dr. Russell. I doubt anyone would believe me if I was to spill that I had an affair with him. But on the other hand, what my body misses is Nil's warmth, Nil's smile, and his soft laughs in bed. I don't know if I'm ready for another partner. Although it's been a month and a half, I know for sure that I'm not ready for another relationship. But what Mark is suggesting is to just get laid, right? I'm ready for another relationship. Terse, you can speak for your fucking self. I'm ready. I'm ready to be with BL. My teacher pretends to be oblivious to my internal debate. His eyes focus on his computer screen, but I know he's waiting for my answer. Yeah, no. I don't want to complicate things. My work here is my first priority and I shouldn't forget
I
it.
feel really honored, but I must decline your offer. I don't think it would be a good idea to mix sex with work.
He raises an eyebrow, seemingly
It
amused.
was just a matter-of-fact offer. I didn't want you to feel obligated to accept or anything. Since we spend so much time shut in the office and the labs, I'm not against mixing work and personal relationships.
What? What do you... What? I don't mind just shitting right on my plate and eating that. I don't mind that at all. Shitting where you work? I've never even heard of the phrase. Like, I'm a fecophiliac. I love that shit. Like, literally, Mark, I don't even understand how to process what you're saying. You're an idiot.
I hope I didn't offend you, though.
I shake my head while standing up.
No, of course not.
You offended me. But I can't deny I feel very uncomfortable right now, and I know it shows on my face. Mark smiles warmly at
I
me.
won't keep you anymore then. See you tomorrow.
Oh, yes. Bye. See you tomorrow.
I'm never coming back to this lab. I leave the office in a hurry. Once out of the corridor, I let out a chuckle. I'm dying to tell Paul and Lila the gossip. No, it would... Just tell them, damn. You don't get juicy gossip like this every day. No, it would be wrong on my part. What would they think about me besides? That I'm flirting with the head researcher? I don't know if they would judge me. It's not that soon after nil after all. What? Are we afraid they're gonna call us a slut? Well, it might be. He was my partner for 6 years after all. That feels like a lifetime sometimes when I think back to him. Moreover, I don't want to stain Mark's public image. I didn't know before that he sleeps with students, but even so, he's a really important figure in my field. I admire him. The time I spent in his team has only confirmed how brilliant he is, how clever and charismatic, so I can accept this little flaw of his. In fact, I feel proud being one of the few people who knows about this part of his personality. Only I know that he actually has no morals and he's willing to ask out his students and fuck them right in there in his office. I leave for home still grinning. A loud ping cuts off the silence of my boredom, or my bedroom. I blink, my mind is still lost in strings of numbers, and I'm a bit annoyed at the interruption until I see Pole's name on the caller's tag. Aw, we're always happy to see Pole's name. I accept the call at once, and Pole's face appears on the screen, smiling from ear to ear. Hey, man. Tears! Yay! I wasn't expecting you to answer. I glance at my computer's clock. It's just past midnight. I end up staying at the department labs until past 10 once again. So after eating something fast, I don't have much time left to work on my regular tasks from the university. But it's Pole who's calling, and I haven't seen him much lately, so I push down my impatience and smile back at him. Yeah, I arrived home at 10:30 or so. I was finishing something up before going to bed. Oh, I see. You must be tired. More like fucking exhausted. I chuckle and take the chance to stretch my half-asleep legs under my desk. They hurt a tiny bit. Sorry to bother you then. It's just that I've barely seen you this week. Aw, he just feels so neglected. I know. I'm really sorry. I miss going to the cafeteria and having lunch with Lila and you, but most days, lunchtime passes by without me noticing and then I have to eat a sandwich from the vending machine. Wow, dude, you should take better care of yourself. There's no need to kill yourself working, you know. I can bring you something from the cafeteria to the department if you want. You need hot meals and not only sandwiches. No need. That would be too much. But you're right. I'll try to go to the cafeteria more often and not make myself so scarce. No, let him bring us some hot food. That'd be nice. It would show how much he cares about us. Good, and you could pop in Lila's or my apartment during the weekend. That's a bit more difficult. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. You can't just work and sleep. You need to let the stress out sometime, right? Hey, I know Professor whatever his name was offering to reduce your stress. How about I offer to reduce your stress too? I can help you relax. There's a happy hour at the Night Spy this Saturday night, and some friends from our old high school said they would come. The prospect of spending some hours cramped between sweaty people with loud music and the smell of beer impregnating everything doesn't feel very appealing to me right now. Although perhaps Pole is right, and I'd feel better after an evening of drinking and dancing with my friends. I'll think about it. After all, it can't be helped if you miss me that much. He blushes and stutters his answer. Well, it's It's not like that. I just... Aw, look at him blushing. I chuckle. He's so funny when he's feeling awkward. It's okay, I also miss you. Believe me, I'm making new friends, but it's not the same. He seems to relax and smiles again. Oh, so is the team nice? Yes, very, although we usually work alone or in small teams because everyone has a different task. And what about that guy, the one you had a problem with? I bet he works on his own. I nod, thoughtful. You're right. BL is a really hard worker, and he usually stays even longer than me, but he barely interacts with the others. In fact, after my first attempt at being extra nice to him, every single time I tried to talk to BL has given me the cold shoulder.
Coffee? Oh no, thank you. I already had one. No, I don't want anything from the vending machine. Thank you, though. No, thanks for the offer. Sorry, but I'm very busy right now, and I'd appreciate if you stopped interrupting.
Aww. God, maybe we should just go for Paul if he's gonna be such an ice queen. You fucking bitch, ice queen BL. I'm offering you all of this body, all of Terce's body. How can you... Well, I mean, okay, it's not that attractive an offer. Let's just get with Paul. With the rest, on the contrary, communicating is easy. Perhaps because we all have a shared goal and are enthusiastic about similar things, but I feel really at home when I'm with my new colleagues.
Hey, Tez. Want to go to the cinema or something this weekend?
Oh no, I'm sorry. You're a bit too pudgy.
Oh, yes. There's that new movie. What's its name?
I'm sorry, you're a bit too androgynous.
Thank you, but I more or less agreed to go with my friends to a happy hour at a club.
Oh, shoot. That looks way cooler than the cinema. Where is it?
I think for a moment, trying to remember the name of that new
I
club.
think the place is called the Night Spy.
Quinn pulls a face.
Well, that club is really fancy, according to what I've heard. I doubt they'd let me in.
Are you kidding? I'm sure with that accent you'd be a shoo-in.
What? That's nonsense. Why wouldn't they?
His gaze lowers to his body as if making a point. Well, it's true he's not hot, but God, I was just joking, but holy shit. Even the game is like, he's not hot? God, he's just a little pudgy. It's okay if you're pudgy, guys. I'm not discriminating. I'm not serious. That doesn't, he's not ugly. Being pudgy doesn't make you ugly.
That's the dumbest thing I've heard.
But you just said he's not hot, Terce, you asshole.
But it's
You're
true.
a jackass.
Have you seen someone there that doesn't look great?
Treating that dandruff and spending some money on clothes would help, you know.
Oh my god, they're just blasting him. Holy shit. That's cruel. Holy fuck, they're just, oh my god, I'm sorry. Quinn was your name? I'm sorry, dude. We just fucking hate you, apparently.
You... Shut up.
Oh my god, I actually feel a little bit bad right now. I know it's just a fictional character, but I actually feel a little bit bad that everyone just made fun of him right now. Oh my god. I chuckle, I can't help but agree with Ren, since Quinn's outfit looks as if he had stolen the garments from his grandparents' closet. But I dare never say it out loud. You're an asshole, Terce. Oh my god. And literally, he looks the same as everyone else. You all have no fashion sense, just so I can't. God.
Alright, don't argue. Why don't you come with my mates and me this Saturday?
Quinn's face lights up.
Really? Hey, are you sure they'll let us pass?
I've only been there once, but my friends go there a lot. So yeah, you'll go inside without a problem.
He smiles from ear to ear.
Great. Can I ask Zoe to join us?
I shrug. God, does he have to invite a woman? We already let his bitch ass come. His ugly bitch ass.
I don't see why not.
And Quinn leaves in a hurry, searching for Zoe. I guess he must be Zoe. Quinn must be Zoe's fag hag, I'm assuming. Ren laughs by my side and shakes his head.
So you have from now to Saturday morning to tell him to buy something to wear on Saturday night, or he will be denied the entrance and will have to endure the worst humiliation of his life.
Ren, you asshole. Like, I don't think you're getting into the club that easily either. I sigh.
I know.
We chuckle amused. What have I gotten myself into? That laugh he does literally just murdered me. Like, I hate that laugh. I hate that ah ah ah. It just sounds so smug. It sounds so fucking smug. I hate it. Okay, guys, before we get to the club, or right as we get here, I'm gonna end this episode of Chasing the Stars here, but thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!